Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Black Momish, The Conversation. It's your girl, Jacinta and Nikki. We are here. We are talking today on this podcast for Black moms, by Black moms, and all those mothers that are, a part of our community. Thank you so much, Auntie. Thank you so much, Godmama. Thank you so much,
Grandma.
sister. Thank you all so much for being a part of this community. But today we want to talk about something that affects all of us. And that is loving our kids, but missing the women that we were.
Ooh. If you remember who you were.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Let's just pause right there. A moment of silence for who you once were.
If you remember.
If you remember.
If you remember. I can say that for my best friend and I, we have a lot of conversations about just like getting back to ourselves and like finding our why and like all the things. Because I think when you become a mom, and I can just speak for the conversations that we've had, it felt very all encompassing. It felt very like, now I am a mother. So as a mother, I have to do X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
I have to behave like this.
Yeah.
I have to condition my brain to think like this.
Yeah.
There was a psychological study that said once a mother gives birth, her brain matter physically changes to adapt to the needs, sight, and sound of her child.
Yeah.
Like there is a physiological change in our bodies that happens once we bring a human into the world.
I think that this is something that we definitely need to talk about, and I think that this is an important topic because I've heard in my lifetime many women say, I can't do that because I have a child. I can't go there because I have children.
Yeah.
I stopped doing that because I'm a mother now.
Yeah.
And my life is being a mother, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so then that begs the question, do you feel like becoming a mom is like the ultimate thing for women?
Like the ultimate source of happiness.
It's the ultimate source of happiness. I don't either. I know people who are very, very happy and have no children.
Correct.
Don't desire children.
Yep.
And let me say this. I think that as a society and especially as a culture, I'm going to help us. Stop asking people when they're going to have children. Stop.
Yeah.
So when you're going to have kids, whether they're single or married, don't ask me when I'm getting married, because I'm going to get married when I get married.
Or at all.
And if I get married or when I get married, don't ask me, okay, when are y'all going to start making babies?
Yeah.
If I even choose to do that.
Yeah.
Number one, it's an invasion of my privacy because you have no idea what's happening with me.
In my body.
Whether it's something I can and cannot do, whether it's something I've struggled with, right? So that's a side note for everybody who likes to ask these questions. So when we say, is it the ultimate end all be all? It is not.
No.
And I think as a society, we should not look at it as if you don't have children, something is wrong with you.
Or you're not happy.
Or you're not happy. And then on the flip side of that, please, you guys, we want to help you because we've been there. I think that we've both been there. Don't lose who you are.
Yep. When you become a mom.
Does your life shift?
Yes.
And does it change?
Yes.
Absolutely. We're not going to sit here and be like, you can still do everything you did before you became a mom. You can do those things, but the timing, the pace, the money, things are going to change. And so it may look different, but it's not impossible. I think that part of this is one of the things that we should also talk about is losing your identity versus allowing your identity to evolve.
Yeah, and I think that is where a lot of moms, like I know women who every word that comes out of their mouth is my child, my child, my child, my child, my child.
Yeah.
Or you can't have a conversation without them bringing up their kids.
Yeah.
Or you can't have a memory without it being around their kids. Or everything that falls out of their mouth is about their children. Like I absolutely love my children.
Yeah.
I love my children.
And we talk about our children.
Yeah, but every conversion does not have to involve my child.
Yeah.
All my examples are about my kid. Everything that you have is about your kid.
Yeah.
To me, that is truly losing yourself in this idea that you're a mom.
Yeah.
And I think that what happens for a lot of women, and you can speak to this more than me, but when that is your life, and then when your child leaves to go to college or to go off to live their lives or whatever it is, you have no idea
Yeah.
What to do, how to be, what your life is, because you have revolved your entire life around your children.
Yeah, I definitely can't speak to that. I don't think that I lost who I was. I was aware, but I think that I did put a pause on some things that I did, right?
Yeah.
And some of it was on me. I'm not going to put it all on her. Some of it absolutely was on me.
For sure.
But I do understand navigating what life looks like now without my child being home. Because here's the thing. It can't be all about motherhood, because at some point they're going to leave. I don't care if they leave at 30, right? Yeah. At some point, they're going to start living their own life. Even if they live in your house, they're going to have their own friends. Yes. They're going to have their own community. If they start working, they're going to build different friendships. And it's not going to be about you. I don't have to go running her around to sports practice, picking her up, taking her here, going to this, going to that. I don't have that anymore. So my time now looks very different. Yeah. And for several months after she left for school, I realized that I was in a funk, not necessarily because it was like, oh my goodness, I miss her. But it was like, okay, Jacinta, what are you going to do with this time you have now?
Yeah.
What were you doing that built up to this? So now it's like, oh, I did so much. Like, people would call me and be like, you still in the car? Yep. Where you at? A game? Where you at? Outside waiting on her? What y'all finna do? I gotta go run her too, right? Yeah. That was, it was, and it wasn't the whole of my life. I absolutely had other things going on, but a big chunk of my life was that. Do I regret it? Absolutely not, right? Would I take any of it back? Absolutely not, because I understand that it was a privilege for me to be able to show up in her life like that. But the reality is that today, I do have to say, okay, I have this time, and I'm much better now because I'm like, okay, I'm filling my time with other things that are important to me. I'm starting to dream again. I'm starting to really think like, okay, I got the time and I have the ability to go and do these other things without that being like a stopping point for me. Yeah. And so I think that you got to evolve versus losing it completely.
And I think that too, for some women, when we talk about motherhood being the ultimate happiness, I think that a lot of people, I think in some cases, you have to be the person that takes your kids here, there, and everywhere.
Yeah.
I think in other cases, you make that your priority.
Oh, yeah.
That you don't have to. My kids, my
for
kids
sure.
my daughter was involved in travel basketball for a long time. I never felt obligated to take her here, there, everywhere, do all of these things. If I could make it to a game, great. If I had nothing else happening, or if I didn't if it wasn't going to be like, oh, now I gotta, then sure, I would make it. But I didn't feel like, oh, dang, I didn't make it to her game, so now my life is over, or now I have to stop what I'm doing to make sure that I'm at every single thing. I think for some women, they do make that their identity. You make that your pride. You revolve your life around. It's like your whole life is around
that, and it's like you can do nothing else. I think for me, we enjoyed showing up to her things. We enjoyed being the parents that could do that. Yeah. But when we had something else to do, we were like, hey, we won't be there because we have something else to do. And I'd be like, you're going to be fine. Was it hard? Now, I ain't going to sit here and be like, I was okay. I was like, now can we make it work? Because, Baby, I hate to miss her game. I hate to blah, blah, blah.
Please know that she was.
I really was. I'd be trying to make it work. And it took people being like, she's going to be fine. And I was like, okay, right? But I would do other things if if something else was on the docket. But I also think, too, that there are people who get opportunities in life and will absolutely not take them because they're like, I'm a parent.
Because you're a parent.
I'm a parent. Yep. I can't do something that I absolutely love doing. I can't do something that's going to bring extra revenue in my house. I can't. Like, there are people who are like, I can't do nothing because I am a parent. I know people who are like, I can't travel because I got children. They got seats for children. They got trips and hotels with pools.
They got babysitters.
They got babysitters. Like, if you go on a cruise, sweetie, let me tell all the parents who want to take a cruise and feel like you can't, okay? There's something called childcare that's included in that cruise price. Drop them off. Guarantee you, they not gonna miss you. them babies are gonna have, they not gonna miss you at all. You take them
all.
upstairs to that 7th floor. You drop them off with Miss Patty. You leave them. Miss Patty. You just leave them there, and you go on that excursion. You go dirt biking. You go swimming with the dolphins. Leave them kids on that ship. They're gonna be fine. Seriously. And there are people who are like, don't helicopter either, right? Like, helicopter is a situation where it's like, everything that happens in their life, you got to be there, you got to be there, you got to be there, you got to be there. And that's different from just showing up and being supportive. That's like you're overreaching, right? So then when they don't need you anymore, now you've lost your entire mind because now your feelings hurt and you're depressed and you're sitting in counseling because you think that your child hates you. They don't hate you because all they're saying is, I've grown up. I can do it on my own. I got it. And I think most of us as mothers remember the first time that your kid said, I got it. Or like, my feelings was hurt, like, you want me to zip your coat? I got it. Now it took them 30 minutes to zip the coat. But the fact that they wanted to be independent, it's like, oh my goodness, my child does not need me anymore. It's at that point that you need to take a moment and say to yourself, all right, I can see the writing on the wall. She's 6, he's 4. They're starting to do things on their own. This is only going to keep progressing down this path. What do I do?
No, for sure. And I think that sometimes parents stunt their children's growth. Yeah. Because we're so busy doing everything for them because it is so much tied to our identity. Yeah. Like, I know people who do their kids' homework for them.
No. I know people let me not say no, because I done did a couple of science projects.
See what I'm saying? I have too. I definitely
We all have done a science project.
I definitely have done a science project
3
or 2 for my kids.
Or 3,
for sure.
I've definitely done a science project.
I needed it to progress. I couldn't take the one.
Why are we still sitting here gluing apples on this board? Glue the apple
at a time. I couldn't.
I got it.
I was like, I got it. Don't worry about it. It'll be done in the morning.
Be good.
I have definitely done that, but I think that there's a lot of parents whose identity, and I can say that I know that for a fact, I know that for some parents who like have one child and wanted multiples and could not have multiples, I have friends who are in that situation. Yeah. And so they make that one child their everything. Yeah. But you hold on to children so tight that they can't function. And then when they have an opportunity to get out into the world, they just take it all in because you have suffocated them to death. I know people who are still cutting a 13-year-old's food.
We're not doing that.
It is baffling to me.
Unless there's a loss of dexterity.
No, I'm talking about able-bodied children.
I'm like, is there something
I'm talking
else?
about able-bodied children. They are still.
I'm not cutting your pancakes.
13-year-old
pick up that hot dog and eat it. I don't care.
Their 13-year-old cannot use a real knife. Like things like that.
What?
Like I just it is baffling to me that but because the mom and dad's identity is so tied around their child that it is like, you can't do anything. I got to do it. I'm going to buy everything. I'm going to do all the things. I'm going to all the games. You can't get a bad grade because now we have to even, it is overwhelming for a child. And you're wondering why the child can't advocate for themselves. Or you're wondering why the child can't speak up in a crowd of people. You're wondering why your child is weird because you have suffocated them to death,
and then
because your identity
you've lost yourself.
You've lost you can't
you've
do anything
lost
on
yourself.
Your own. No,
like it's can't. Almost like, and to some degree, and so there are a couple of things that are coming to mind. Number one, I want to hit this point. Is it okay for us to grieve our former selves without guilt?
I think it is. I think that when you become a mother, and this is just my experience. I became a mom at 25. It wasn't an accident. It was on purpose. It was my choice. I said, hey, I would like to have a baby. I don't know why I said at 25 I would like to have a baby. My mercy. But love and good sex will make you do stupid things. Okay?
Love and happiness.
Okay? That will make it, I don't know if it was happiness. It was just love and what I thought was love, and it was some good bedroom time. Okay?
I don't have a song for that
good
one.
Twisted sheets. Okay?
Twisted
sheets. I think that was that. At 25, I was like, it's a good idea.
This is a moment of honesty.
Let's make a baby. And I think for me, I felt like at that moment, my life was over. Like all of the who Nikki was, I was Maya's mom. And a lot of people called me that. I was Maya's mom. My whole identity shifted to being Maya's her mother.
Yeah.
And it took my friends, like as I got older. Now we're talking about a second child and like moving on, and my friends are like, "Hey, girl,
who are you?
You cannot make your whole world your children.
Yeah,
they need to see you have friends. They need to see you go out. They need to see you chase your dreams. They need to see you do your thing. They need to know that the world does not revolve around them. They need to know that sometimes you're not going to answer the phone. They need to know that if you're in a meeting and they call, you're not going to be like, "Excuse me, y'all. Hey, you everything okay?" No, I'm busy. I am doing something else that does not revolve around you. Because I think what happens is if your identity is completely lost, then when it comes time to being like, "Hey, Jacinta, what you want to do?" You have no idea.
No idea.
What do you like to do?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. What do you want to do for Mother's Day? I don't know. Yeah. What do you want to do for your birthday? I don't know. Yeah. Where's your favorite place to go? Where do you want to travel? I have no idea. So now we're at this big age trying to figure out.
We was at Great Wolf Lodge. That's where we was at.
But I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do.
What I like and what I want to do.
What I like, what I don't like. What are my hobbies? What are things that I enjoy? Because I have no clue. And we're out here at these big ages like.
Do you think that some of this loss of identity is because people are living vicariously through their children? Almost like I'm going to repeat or I'm going to relive my life through my child, whether it's conscious or not, because I think that a lot of times it's really not conscious.
Yeah.
I think that people are like, I missed it. And so just naturally you want the best for your children and you want them to have this life that maybe you didn't have. But is this one of those situations where people take the joke too far?
I think so.
Like you are, like I always wanted to be a ballerina, and so this is why you got this kid in ballet. You paying all this money, they hate it, but you're sitting there every recital like, you gotta go. I'm gonna sit in class. Why they ain't got you in the recital? You know, like it becomes that. So do you think that some of that loss of identity is because I'm trying to relive my life through my child?
I think so. I think for some parents it is. Yeah. I definitely think for some parents it is. I have asked some of my friends who have their kids in 4,000 activities.
My goodness.
Why do you have your kids in all these activities?
Yeah.
Did the kids say that they wanted this, or did you choose that? Because my kids get to choose the activity if they want to.
We just had this conversation.
Yeah. I don't make it mandatory.
Yeah.
I used to be like, you have to do an activity, a sport, and an instrument. That was you. And my whole thing was, we don't quit something though. If you say I would like to sign up for,
you don't get to quit, right?
You say I want to sign up for basketball, you're gonna finish this season, and you don't have to go back, but you're going to finish this season because this is what you signed up for. But it never felt like, well, I didn't get to play basketball when I was little, so I'm gonna make sure that my kid is gonna play basketball. I just think that's silly. That's absolutely silly.
And I don't think that missing or grieving your former self. I'll say two things. I don't think that it means that you regret motherhood.
No, I don't think so.
Because I think that people will make you feel like that.
Yeah, no.
I think that people will say to you, if you say, man, I miss putting on my high heels and, because we in Crocs now, and things like that. Like, I miss, right, we soccer moms, like, that's how we look, right? Like, back in the day, we would get up, baby, and we was getting dressed to go outside. Okay. And now it's like, well, okay. So... Me and Nikki are different, all right? Now, let me just say this.
I've been dressing like this my whole life.
Some people used to be like real snazzy when they went out, right? Then they got pregnant, had children, baby, and it became...
Comfort,
right? Comfort over cute. Not that you're not cute, but it became comfort or cute. It's because I look like this because I can't go get my hair done because, and I can't do this. It's like we make these excuses of why we can't be ourselves, why we can't lean into being pretty or what we like to do or engaging or going out, right? And just because we miss certain parts of ourselves doesn't mean that we regret being moms. And I want you guys, if you've ever felt like you couldn't say, I miss the old me. Drop it in the comments. Has this ever been something that you felt shamed about? Guilty about? Is this something that people have made you feel a certain way about? Because we good for that.
Yeah, that's true.
We are good for being like, you be like, I miss this. And they be like, girl, you better be happy that you're a mama because some people can't even have kids or, why do we do that?
I just think that we're quick to judge. I think that judgment is the easiest form of conversation or communication for some people.
Instead of listening and understanding where a person is and what they're actually saying.
And accepting that two things can be true at the same time.
And we say,
I can
listen, y'all know we love that one.
Absolutely. I can love my children and miss who I was before I had children.
Yeah.
If you remember who you were before you had children. Because in all transparency, I don't remember.
Forget. Yeah.
I cannot remember life without my children. I can't. I remember being.
I can.
I don't. I remember.
I do.
Like high school, but those years, like right before I had my daughter, I don't necessarily remember who I was in terms of like things that I would do or, you know, all of those things. I just don't remember those things. And not because motherhood was all consuming for me, but I just think that so much of my life has included, so much of my life has included being responsible for another human being that I'm just kind of like, what does it feel like not to be responsible? So when homeboy leaves, you gotta, and I'm gonna be like,
I think that you're gonna be fine.
Oh, I'm gonna be fine.
You're gonna be fine. But I also think this too. I think that it's okay that we rediscover. And let me say this too about remembering who you were, missing it, and going back. I don't necessarily feel like you need to go back to who you were prior to motherhood. Because the truth of the matter is that this is where we talk about that evolution, right? Like, I don't want to be stagnant and I don't want to backtrack to being this person. Not that there was anything wrong with the person that I was prior to having a child. But I think that I am no longer a 30-year-old woman, right? When I had my child, I was 30. I'm not 30 anymore. And things that I've experienced, life looks very different for me now. The way that I think about things, even today, there are things that have challenged me, right? And there are things that you just take a step back and say, man, have I looked at that all wrong? Or is this just a different way? It may not have been wrong. It just may have been limited based on my own personal experience. And so now at my age today, I am now empty nester adjacent, right? And it's like, okay, here's a new discovery. I don't wish to go back. It's like people who be like, man, I wish I could go back to high school. I do not. Not that I had a horrible high school experience. I loved high school. I had great friends. I had a great time. I don't regret anything.
But none of us can go back.
I don't want to. But there are
none of us can go back.
But here's the caveat: some people try to go back and relive that. Right? They like, I had a child and I missed all of this, and so what they do is they revert back to the thing previously or right before. And I'm like, no, let's evolve. Here you are today. Who do you become now without feeling guilt because, hey, I realized I lost a little bit of myself. And I think that as mothers, if we're honest, I don't even know the numbers on this, but I would probably say that on the more side, women have lost a part of themselves when they became moms.
And I think it goes back to what you were saying about evolution, because while I cannot go back to who I was at 24 and be like, oh, I want to go pick up where I left off. No, the only thing I can do is discover who I am today. That's it. All I can do is discover and spend some time with myself with who I am right now.
Today.
There's a book that I bought on the TikTok shop. It's called Back to Me. And it is not what I thought it was when I bought it, but it's a very thick hardcover book, and it asks you challenging questions every day.
Wow.
And some of those questions, one that took me a while to answer was, if you could give your biography a title, what would it be?
Pause. Right. Let's go ahead and ask ourselves that question.
What would it be?
If you could give yourself a biography.
If you could give your
biography a title, what would it be?
It was such an interesting... Girl, that page is still blank. That's what I'm saying. It took me a while to kind of face the fact that I don't know. So it was very interesting, because a lot of the things, the responses, and the whole point of the responses each day is for you not to answer as a particular thing, but just you as a person. Like, it's simple things like, how do you respond to grief? Like the questions are so. At first, I was like, "What is this asking me? I don't know what this is.
I don't understand."
But the more I do it, I'm like, "Oh, it's trying to find out who I am, exclusive of my role as a wife, exclusive of my role as a business owner, exclusive of my role as a mom. Who is Nikki? How is Nikki gonna answer these things?
Yeah.
Because if it's just Nikki and we're just talking about me, I might go skydiving.
Yeah.
But if I'm looking at it from the perspective of,
As
I'm
a
somebody's
mother,
mom,
I
I can't
do
go skydiving because what if something happens to me and who's gonna deal with my kids? And like all of these things, I think that that's the point of it. It is the most interesting book. If you could find it, I don't know if they're selling on Amazon or whatever it is, and we don't get paid, but it's called Back to Me, and it is such a good and thought-provoking way to look at finding who you are today as you're evolving into whatever aspect of motherhood that you are. I think that it is just such an interesting concept to spend time reflecting on. If you can't find a book, like just spend some time reflecting on. I hit this microphone. Time out. But why did I just get scared?
She said, "Shauna's gonna get me."
I looked up at you like a bad kid.
She was
I
like, "Oop, sorry."
Okay, I'm
Sorry. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So, the reality is that we have, as women, as mothers, lost ourselves.
For sure.
We have, and maybe not in full. And let me not say lost in a sense, because here's the thing. I don't want us to consider this to be a bad thing, right?
And it might not be for everybody.
But what I'm saying is, if you've ever said to yourself, "I can't do that because I am a mother," then that was a part of you being chipped away.
Yeah.
Right? And what I want to encourage you to do is reclaim those parts of you.
But I also want to say, though, I also want to throw this out there, though. There are some things that when you become a mother, you should not do.
Hello? There are some things that you should not do when you become a mother.
There are some things that you should. There
Let
are
it
absolutely
go,
some
for
things
sure.
that you should not do when you become
and don't
a mom.
go pick it up.
And I'm not saying that to like in like a judgy way
or in a
like
bad
there's a
way,
list of things.
Right?
In a bad way,
not even
but
in a bad way.
There are some things that you do have to be mindful. Because you are somebody's mom. I'm not.
What does that
going
look
to put
like?
myself in a position where the fact that I'm a mom can be called into question or driving home drunk. You shouldn't drive home drunk anyway.
Hello,
but like
leaving your children in the car, right?
But there are certain things
don't do those
because
things.
you are somebody's mom and there is somebody looking up to you, and there is somebody that you are responsible for.
There's a different mantle that you carry when you become a mother.
Because now you have something to lose.
Yes.
If you're a mom, you absolutely should not be a loafer. You just shouldn't. You shouldn't be around just laying around being like, I don't care what I look like. I don't care what I'm doing. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. Because your children are watching that. So are there certain things that
what is the example that you're setting?
Correct. So I do think that there's a certain mindset shift that has to happen because when you become a mom, but I don't think that if there's a scale, I don't think that you should tip the scale too far. I think that there should be some course correction and some adjustment when you become a mom, but I don't think that it should be tipped so far that now your whole identity is I'm a mom. I also don't think that you should bet the farm of happiness on motherhood. And I know for a lot of women, it's like, I just want to be a mom. That's all I want to be when I grow up.
And then when you become a mom, now you're stressed out and you frustrated because now you are a mother. Because you don't know what it is until you actually become it. And you can look at people on the outside and assume, oh, it's this. Because the reality is that there are people who, listen, I love my daughter. That's my homegirl. You know what I'm saying? Maya and Nikki.
That's my homegirl.
That's her homegirl, right? We love our children.
And Malachi is my homeboy.
That's a home. I only got one. So, but I'm saying that we both understand that there are levels that come with being a parent.
Oh, for sure.
There are things that are absolutely going to change when you become a mother. What we are encouraging you guys to do, as well as encouraging ourselves, right? Because mine is out of the house. Nikki still has one more to go. And the reality is that we have to ask ourselves today, we don't walk away from this table and these chairs and this microphone and we're like, we got it all together. No, we walk away saying, Do I need to rethink some things?
Yeah.
And
make some
is
adjustments.
there a conversation that I need to have with myself? Does Nikki need to challenge me in some areas? Do I need to challenge Nikki in some areas? What are some things that we take away from this as Nikki and Jacinta, where we're like, hey, being a mother does not mean losing myself.
Yeah.
And missing my former self does not mean that I don't enjoy motherhood.
Yeah.
And so as we wrap up this episode, we want to encourage you to keep loving you.
Yes.
Keep finding things about you. Keep discovering what you want to do and who you are. It's okay to miss you and still love your children. Well, this has been our time.
It's been our time.
We love you guys. Find something that you love today.
Find something that you love that is just for you.
Yep.
Today. And I want to hear about it. So make sure you put it in the comments. Yep. What did you do today that was just for you? All right?
All right.
We're going to hold you accountable.
Love you.
Till next time.